The Duggar family became a household name through their long-running reality series, 19 Kids and Counting, which offered viewers an inside look at their deeply religious, tightly structured way of life. With 19 children, the family quickly captured public attention for both their sheer size and the strict routines they followed. At the center of this lifestyle was a commitment to conservative Christian values, emphasizing modesty, obedience, and large family living. Their daily schedules were meticulously planned, with every moment accounted for in service of faith, family, and discipline. From early morning chores to nightly devotions, the Duggars lived by a set of principles that distinguished them from mainstream American culture. This rigid structure extended beyond just daily habits. It influenced how the children interacted with one another, how they dressed, and even how they moved as a group. Perhaps one of the most memorable aspects of their televised lives was the way they walked in a single-file line, often likened to ducks waddling in formation. This practice, while seemingly odd to outsiders, was part of the family's broader emphasis on order and unity. As the show gained popularity, these distinctive behaviors fueled both admiration and criticism, making the Duggars a subject of ongoing public discussion. Their unique approach to parenting and family life intrigued audiences, prompting curiosity about the extent of their control and the impact it had on the children as they grew older. From the moment they woke up, the Duggar children followed a meticulously organized schedule designed to instill discipline and reinforce family values. Each day began early, with designated times for waking up, getting dressed, and assisting with household responsibilities. The younger children were expected to complete simple tasks like tidying their rooms or setting the table, while the older siblings took on more demanding chores such as cooking meals, cleaning, and caring for younger brothers and sisters. Every activity was carefully timed to ensure efficiency, leaving little room for deviation from the routine. Even leisure time was regulated, with specific hours set aside for reading, playing outdoors, or engaging in quiet activities. One of the most recognizable aspects of their daily life was the practice of walking in a single-file line, often referred to as duck walking. This method was not merely a quirk, but a deliberate strategy to maintain order and cohesion within the large family. Whether entering a store, moving between rooms, or arriving at church, the children instinctively formed a line behind their parents, ensuring that everyone stayed together and moved efficiently. While some viewers found the behavior amusing or unusual, the Duggars viewed it as a practical solution to managing a large group of children. It reinforced a sense of unity and obedience, aligning with their broader philosophy of structure and accountability. To the outside world, this habit symbolized the family's distinct approach to parenting, one built on strict organization, collective responsibility, and unwavering adherence to routine. Discipline and obedience were foundational to the Duggar family's parenting philosophy, shaping nearly every aspect of their children's upbringing. Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar believed that fostering a strong sense of responsibility and respect required consistent enforcement of rules and expectations. This belief manifested in various ways, particularly through the use of physical discipline. Spanking was a common practice within the household, often administered with a wooden paddle or a bare hand, depending on the child's age and the severity of the infraction. The parents justified this approach by referencing biblical teachings, particularly passages from Proverbs that emphasize the necessity of correction in guiding a child's moral development. They argued that spanking was not an act of anger, but rather a means of instilling discipline and reinforcing the importance of obedience. In addition to physical punishment, the Duggars implemented strict behavioral guidelines that governed everything from speech and dress to social interactions. Children were expected to speak respectfully at all times, using formal titles such as or Mrs. when addressing adults outside the family. Modesty was also a key component of their upbringing, with girls wearing only long dresses and boys adhering to conservative attire. These expectations were reinforced through constant parental oversight, ensuring that each child internalized the family's values. While critics viewed these methods as overly rigid, the Duggars maintained that such structure was essential in raising responsible, God-fearing individuals who could contribute positively to society. The Duggar family's highly structured way of life inevitably drew a wide range of reactions from both the media and the general public. Many television viewers were captivated by the sheer size of the family and the regimented nature of their daily routines. Some praised the Duggars for their dedication to traditional values, seeing them as a modern example of strong faith-based parenting. Religious communities in particular admired the family's commitment to modesty, obedience, and large family living, viewing them as role models for conservative Christian households. However, just as many people expressed concern over what they perceived as excessive control and discipline. Critics questioned whether the children were given enough personal freedom or if they were being raised in an overly restrictive environment. Media coverage of the Duggars was equally divided. Tabloids and entertainment news outlets frequently highlighted the family's unconventional habits, sometimes portraying them in a sensationalized light. Talk shows and news segments often debated the merits and drawbacks of their parenting style, with experts weighing in on whether such strict routines were beneficial or potentially harmful to child development. Social media amplified these discussions, with viral posts dissecting everything from their duck-walking formations to their disciplinary methods. While some defended the family's right to raise their children according to their beliefs, others voiced concerns about the psychological effects of such rigid structures. Ultimately, the Duggars became a polarizing figure in popular culture, simultaneously admired for their devotion and scrutinized for their unorthodox approach to family life. As Jinger Duggar Volo has grown older and distanced herself from some aspects of her upbringing, she has become increasingly reflective about the impact of her childhood experiences. In interviews and writings, she has described certain elements of her family's lifestyle as in hindsight, acknowledging how isolating and overwhelming those years could be. She has spoken candidly about the intense pressure to conform to strict expectations, recalling how difficult it was to navigate adolescence under constant supervision. Unlike many teenagers who experience a gradual transition into independence, Jinger and her siblings were expected to adhere to rigid rules well into adulthood. Looking back, she admits that some of the family's practices, including the duck-walking routine, now seem extreme. However, she also emphasizes that these experiences shaped her in meaningful ways, teaching her the value of discipline, hard work, and resilience. Despite the challenges, Jinger credits her upbringing with instilling a deep sense of responsibility and perseverance. The structured environment in which she was raised forced her to develop organizational skills and a strong work ethic from an early age. Now a mother herself, she has taken lessons from her childhood and applied them in a more balanced way to her own parenting. While she no longer follows all of her family's traditions, she appreciates the foundation they provided and acknowledges that they helped mold her into the person she is today. The Duggar family's journey offers valuable insights into the complexities of raising children in a highly structured environment. While their strict routines and disciplined approach may appear extreme to many, they underscore the importance of consistency, responsibility, and shared values in shaping young minds. The family's unwavering commitment to their beliefs highlights how deeply held convictions can influence parenting choices, for better or worse. For some, the Duggars serve as an example of how structure and accountability can foster resilience and self-discipline. Others view their story as a cautionary tale, illustrating the potential consequences of excessive control and limited personal autonomy. Ultimately, the Duggar family's experience invites reflection on the balance between guidance and individuality in child rearing. While their methods may not align with mainstream approaches, they undeniably left a lasting impression on their children, shaping their perspectives and life paths. Jinger's reflections reveal that even the most unconventional upbringings can yield meaningful lessons, proving that personal growth often comes